Why hello there? You may be wondering. Fuck! You may be wondering what today's video is gonna be about. Well, I'm gonna tell you. This milk is the meaning of everything. The universe. And everything else. So what does this milk have to do with this video? The top 30 Donkey Kong soundtrack! Yay!
What a great way to start this out. It's the fucking main theme. The Donkey Kong Country trilogy is known for having simply the best soundtracks that there are for a series of games ever. Most of them all composed by David White and heavily Novakov, but there is no other thing that screams the definition of atmospheric rather than the tracks that are these games. And to top it all off, this is the first track you listen at the beginning of the first game. How could you not like it? Okay, call me out on this one, but this track is overrated. There, I said it. I simply just cannot see what is so really special about this tune. Sure, it makes the battle that takes forever kinda enjoyable, but still, it doesn't really have that much going for it. It's just bland. It does get a little better towards the end, but that doesn't really quite cut it for me, although I can still get some of the rocking tune that this one track portrays. This track is mean. It's mean. It's so mean. It's scary to some degree. Take into consideration that when you fight any boss in the first game, it feels like you're inside a cage and it immediately feels like something of urgency. If it could talk, it would basically scream into your face, "You're in trouble!" It does get quite repetitive though, but it still is a great boss theme to go with the first game. Okay, let's be honest, this is pretty intense. A level where you're basically in a roller coaster hanging for dear life while being haunted by a gigantic Kremlin ghost. Just 2 words. Pretty scary. It's great though. It's a great track that sets the mood for these levels and sets the tone of desperation to the level. Definitely well composed for this situation. Okay, I'll go directly to the point here. Donkey Kong Country 3 is not my favorite game from the trilogy. It's good, but it's far from that. But when the thing comes to its music, there are just some tracks you can't deny that they're there. Cascade Capers does it pretty much the way you'd expect. It starts out great, it goes on greatly, it just has that annoying waterfall sound in the background, which doesn't really bother me so much. But it certainly doesn't feel like it should be something implemented in the soundtrack rather than just a sound effect. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is good. Before you go out calling me that I took out privileges from Cascade Capers for having sound effects in the track, I can tell you here this was done much better, as it doesn't take part in half the fucking track. With everything aside, this is just great. Feels like you really are going on an adventure in the underwater mysteries that exist beneath, in which they certainly are not safe. This track is so happy. It's probably the most upbeat track in all games, and let me tell you, it's fucking awesome. I think that it was a great idea to start out like Gangplank Galleon and then go into the scene. What if Gangplank Galleon wasn't used in a boss fight? And this would be your answer. Drumming awesomeness. In the theming that is Donkey Kong Country 3, I could only find it fair that a track such as Frosty Frolics is used in the snow levels. And man, how good does it really sound. I think that if there's something that really portrays the good feeling of being on the snow, it's something that isn't exactly upbeat, leaving just a tiny bit of mystery in itself to make the player wonder what could be lying up ahead. It's greatly atmospheric and it's pretty good overall. It sure does deserve to be in this list, let alone in this position. This track is so chanty and happy and carefree. It's great! The first time it's used in Donkey Kong Country 3 is totally fitting for the level. Just look at this! You're a freaking cute elephant! But then this will only show again in a level where lightning is falling on your head. That isn't quite fitting anymore. Even though the level itself is really dark. But everything aside, this is a great track that could make any level seem happier than it is. even if it involves lightning in your head. Oh, how I remember this. I think I wasn't ready enough to go into this right. Midgard Madness is one of those tracks that works for only one type of level only, the frantic ones, and that means cards. Non-stop, card-on-card action. It keeps going as if you were in a hurry to get to the end of the level, which in some way you are, and feels like something really bad has just come towards you full speed. Great atmosphere for such hectic levels.